Hey guys, it's Jonathan from Bullet Motorsports. Right next to me we have a 1973 Ford Mustang Mach 1 Tribute. This thing's packing 500 horsepower into the hood. It's extremely clean. I'd rate the paint a 7 out of 10. It's red with a nice speckle of black. You've got yourself your stripes here, your front chin spoiler, a nice set of US mags on here that are staggered, so it's got a wider tire in the rear, and this thing hooks when you go in a straight line. I'm gonna go ahead and open up the hood right now so we can take a look at that 351 Powerplant. It's got a 4-bolt main. Let's open it up first. It has a 4-bolt main, aluminum heads, aluminum intake manifold. It also has a 700 CFM carburetor on there with MSD ignition. When I say fast, I'm not kidding, it's 500 horsepower. You have yourself an a Griffin radiator up here, so that's an aluminum radiator. You also have billet pulleys, so if you come up over here, you can take a look at that. And then you have a steel hood with the induction right here. So this air goes right into the motor. You can see my fingers from up here. See? I'm gonna close this and we're gonna go from the driver's side to the rear passenger side, and then we're gonna jump in it and go for a ride. All of our body panels are even, so both sides have the same amount of gap. When you look for cars like this, you're gonna want to look at the gap on both corners to see if it's ever had a front impact. You got a nice set of US mags here that complement the stripes very well. You've got Mach 1, which would be where it would be if it was a real deal Mach 1. This is a Tribute, which is fine, but let's go for a ride, and that's gonna change your whole entire perspective on thinking this is a regular 1973 Ford Mustang. As you look at the doors, they open up easily. No funny sounds. You can follow the paint line throughout. All the doors look great. There's no rust underneath here. Your door cards look excellent. The interior looks great. Hopefully the sun's not getting too aggressive in there, but when we go for the test drive, you'll be able to see inside much better. You got a nice auto gauge tack, a center shift, 2 bucket seats, and a whole bunch of camera gear that's not coming in the back. That's not coming with it in the back. Headliner looks great. It has a pretty cool stereo, 2 little subs in the back, amplified, CD player, Bluetooth, so all the fun stuff. Let's go to the rear quarter. Look at the body lines, really nice. There's no rust on it. Nice and solid. Look at those wheels, they're staggered with Nitto 555s with 95% tread on them. You have true dual exhaust out the rear, and all the chrome is in excellent shape. All of your light bezels are in great shape too. You got your center fill for your fuel, license plate bracket, and all the rear trim looks great. 351 emblem right here for the motor. And then the passenger side's the same as the driver's side. Extremely clean, all the gaps look even. All the glass looks great, looks like it's the original glass. I'm gonna open up this door so you can see inside. So all the rubber looks good, nice and soft. The door seals. No rust on here. And then let me put the glass up. It's the same for both sides. Nice and clean. No major imperfections. And then crawl in there. Got yourself a set of a little sneaky Pete system that is not hooked up. You'd have to have a plate system set on that carburetor for it to work, but if you did put the plate on there, you do have your actuator switch in the center console, and you can click that button for extra juice, or extra sauce. So if you're at McDonald's, you can get some extra sauce. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna fire it up. I'm gonna take my mic off so you can hear how aggressive this motor sounds. Very easy to drive. We jump in here. Give it 1 pump. We're gonna go for our test drive right now, so what I'm doing is I'm gonna fire her up. You can hear the fuel pump in there. Obviously the radio works as it should, but we're gonna turn that off. Let's see where that button is. And we'll just leave it at 0. You have a tach that works as it should. You got your fuel gauge that works. We have got about 5 gallons in there, so we should be fine for this little test drive. You have a set of dummy gauges, so you've got your water temperature, your oil pressure, and your voltage. And then everything from on the inside of this car is really, really clean. So all your seats, your center console, and your rear buckets look great. You have seat belts on all 4 corners. Then you have a set of, what are those, 6x9s in the rear. And then there's 2 8-inch, like I think it's 6 or 8-inch subwoofers in the back. So it's nothing aggressive, it just sounds really good. You have your wiper washer right here, so those are your wipers. Let me turn them off. And then you have your lights, which you cannot see, but they do operate. And you can see that the gauges inside of here illuminate as well. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna put it in drive. We're gonna drive normally through all the gears, and then when we come back, we will give it some gas. This has a 2,500 to 3,000 stall, so it's very aggressive. It's made to launch, go from light to light. You're not gonna have any overheating issues with that Griffin radiator. Exhaust is extremely aggressive. We're already in 3rd gear, so shifted from 2nd to 3rd. High stall. We're going about 35. Let's go a little faster. 40 miles an hour with no issues at all. Very smooth. Steering feels good. Suspension feels good. And that engine sounds even better. So what we'll do is we'll turn right near the UPS, and we'll be able to give it a little bit of gas, and we should be at operating temperature by then. Going over some bumps. No funny sounds. Sounds really good. I'm not going to be gate shifting or anything like that. I'm just going to roll into the throttle, and then once we get into 2nd or I get traction, I'll give it more gas. Brakes feel really good. They're even. Front disc, obviously. Oh, there's a person out there. We're going to wait till we get back over there. You can feel the stall. Woo! So it has traction bars. So what you felt was the axle, once the power gets laid out, the axle swings forward, and these track bars hit they're frame connectors. They hit the frame, and it hooks and it goes straight. We're just breaking loose. She's aggressive. No, I'm feathering. The tires are cold. Our detailer always puts too much freaking tire shine on it. I just don't like that there's traffic. I'd rather wait till we have an opening. That's flooring it right there. Unreal. That's pretty aggressive, huh? It's just like, oh, give me all the gasoline. See if we get an opening here. That's fast. Give us a call, 954-363-2261 if you have any questions. You can visit us on our website at bulletmotorsports.com, and please follow us on Instagram so you can see our inventory before we list it up, and you can have a chance at grabbing it at a better deal.